friends, welcome to my channel. Video we are going to learn a new chapter, that is resources. First, what are resources? Everything available in our environment that human beings value and is capable of satisfying their needs is called a resource. So everything in our environment which human beings worth, and these resources are nothing but satisfying the needs of human beings are called resources. Examples of these resources are clothes, utensils, rivers, etc. Next, types of resources. Resources are broadly classified into three types. First one is natural resources. Resources that are drawn from nature and used without much modification are called natural resources. These natural resources are free gift of nature. They can be used directly. Examples: the air we breathe, the water in the rivers, and etc. Next one is human-made resources. People using their intelligence and manufacturing the resources for their own use are called human-made resources. Examples: buildings, roads, bridges, bulbs, clothes, and etc. Where in this position, human beings are using their intelligence and making their life easier and better. They are finding resources for making their life easier and better. Then the third category is human resources. People, you can make the best use of nature, create more and more resources when they have knowledge, skill, and technology. So if people have knowledge, skill, and technology only, they can create more resources or they can use best use of nature. So who is going to tell us how to use their knowledge, skill, and technology? So that is why we have human resources. That is nothing but the teachers, doctors, firefighters, police, and etc. These are human resources who actually save us, give us knowledge, they help us. Next, these resources are classified on the basis of their exhaustibility. On exhaustibility of resources, resources are classified into two types, that is renewable resources and non-renewable resources. First, let us look into renewable resources. Renewable resources are those resources which get renewed or replenished quickly. Some of them are unlimited and are not affected by the human activities. So for example, solar energy and wind energy we can get extensively, where it is unlimited, which won't get affected by human activities. Next, non-renewable resources. These resources have limited stock, and once the stock is exhausted or once the stock is not there, it may take 1,000 years to get replenished. It takes 1,000 years to get renewed. These are called non-renewable resources. Example: coal, petroleum, natural gas, and etc. Next, resources are classified according to their distributions. So resources are also classified according to their distribution. They are classified into two types, that is ubiquitous resources and localized resources. First, let us look into ubiquitous resources. These resources are those found everywhere, are called ubiquitous resources. Examples: the air. So one of the example is air, which is found everywhere. Whereas the localized resources means those only found in certain places are called localized resources. Example: you see copper and iron. So these are found in some particular areas only. Next, resources are also classified on the basis of the development. So these resources classified on the basis of the development are two types. First one is actual resources. Next one is potential resources. First, let us look into actual resources. The resources whose quantity is known and being used at present is known as actual resources. So for using actual resources, we have enough technology to exploit and use them. So these resources, we have enough technology to exploit and use them. These resources are called actual resources. Examples: petroleum in West Asia, and the dark soils of Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra, and the Ruhr region of Germany, coal in Germany. These are all actual resources where we have enough technology to use at present. Whereas potential resources means the resources whose entire quantity may or may not be known and not being used at present. So we have known the quantity, or it may not be known, but which is not being used at present because the level of technology we have at present may not be advanced enough for purpose of utilization of these resources. So for example, uranium found in Ladakh, where we have found that, but we cannot use it because we don't have enough technology to use that uranium found. Next, we have few steps for conserving resources for the future. So first one is resource conservation, which means using resources carefully and giving them time to get renewed, and or giving them time to get replenished is called resource conservation. Next one is sustainable development, which means we have to balance the need of resources and also conserve them for future, is called sustainable development. And next is we have 6 principles of this sustainable development. First principle is respecting and caring for all forms of life. Next one is improving the quality of human life. Third one is conserving the earth's vitality and diversity. Fourth point is minimizing the depletion of natural resources. Fifth principle is changing the personal attitude and practices towards the environment, enabling communities care for their environment. So these are the 6 principles which every citizen must follow for using in the form of sustainable development. Next, base of conserving resource. So there are 4 major ways for conserving resources. The first one is afforestation, which means planting trees. And next one is utilize of renewable energy resources. Renewable energy means which are unlimited, which won't be affected by the human activities. So if we can utilize these energy resources, renewable energy resources. Next means recycling the waste, which means recycling means is the process by which waste of natural and manufactured goods are broken down and reconstituted into useful material, recycling the waste. And rainwater harvesting, where collecting the rainwater for the use. So here we can see afforestation using solar energy, the renewable resources, and the waste management, that is recycling, and then the rainwater harvesting. That's it. Thank you. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.